Circus Eruption is an inclusion charity, and we provide opportunities for people to mix, with a particular focus on those who might have some barriers to joining in. We do that through circus workshops for children and young people. For about 32 years, that's been making a really positive difference to loads and loads of children and young people. Circus Eruption was in a school hall for 24 years, and then for about 5 years, we were initially in a charity let and then in another charity let, which is basically a way that charities can use large spaces. In our case, they were former retail spaces. You use them for free, but it's a very vulnerable tenancy. To run circus, we need 3 things, really. We need a big room, and we need circus kit, and we need volunteers and stuff. So we need the people, the space, and the kit. I was looking for us to have a place to move into in 2018 and got in touch with the owners of this building. A year later, when it came up for auction, we were then in a position to buy and finally bought it in April 2019.
St Luke's was an Anglican church opened in 1889, and it was used continuously for worship then up until about 2014, at which point then the Church in Wales felt it was unviable to keep open. It was an early example of where declining congregations weren't able to keep their buildings open. This is being felt right across Wales. The Church in Wales forecast 8 to 10 churches a month closing, basically. What do you do with these spaces? If you can't use them for their original purpose, then how do you sensibly adapt them to keep the essence of what makes them special, but actually then give them a new lease of life? I think that's where the importance of engaging with experts and professionals in the field with that conservation expertise really comes to the fore, so they understand what they're dealing with.
If you buy a Grade 2 listed former church in Wales, you need to know what you don't know, and you need to find all the people who can support you to make it work in a way that is right for the building and right for your organisation. And we just really have. There's been so much support. It's been amazing, and we couldn't have done it without that.
Karen felt that it was really important to get people from the community involved in doing the work and making the changes. So we had a volunteer recruitment event. It's been great working with people and getting them involved and giving them new skills.
One of the things about Circus Eruption as a project is it's meant to be inclusive. Old buildings don't necessarily have good access, particularly if it's a Grade 2 listed building. You have to go, can we change the outside? Can we put in a ramp? Which we did. Can we put in accessible toilets? Which we have. And it's making sure that an old building becomes fit for purpose for sustainability, but also for accessibility.
The other thing about the learning curve on heritage buildings is that they are incredibly environmentally sustainable. The most sustainable building you can move into is one that's already there. We work with young people. Environmental sustainability is something we think everyone should be thinking about.
It's absolutely central to what anybody does on our planet now. You can use materials that are sustainable, you can use ways of working that are more sustainable, and have a building that can not only be sustainable here, but also be an exemplar. It's got its problems, but actually it is possible to make it sustainable for the 21st century, and even longer.
What I hadn't personally anticipated really was how amazing it is to have a heritage building, how deeply it connects you with the local community, what richness there is in considering the heritage of this space. It's absolutely amazing.
Circus is so inclusive that it's still meeting those community requirements that a church may have done 100 years ago.
It's been really useful for other groups and organisations to use it as well. We have an aquabalance class, and then we have a community choir who come here on a Wednesday night, so they really enjoy that.
I think this is a bit of a flagship type of project as to what you can do with these spaces, and I think whilst we wouldn't have a circus in every town or village in Wales or across the UK, the ideas of what these spaces can be used for can be transferred and inspiring other groups to do something similar as well.
Circus is the best.
I like how
Everyone seems to be like a big family here, like everyone gets involved in anything. It makes me feel like I can really be myself here.
If I've had a bad day, it makes me happy again.
It was full of opportunity.
It's a very accepting place and very easy to fit into.
To have a space that is ours is really special, to know that this is sort of our home and our base, and that we can do what we want with it and make the most out of it.
Had we not come in to buy the building when we did, there's a good chance that it might have deteriorated and just crumbled really, which is so tragic because look at it. Circus Eruption and this building have kind of secured each other's future in a way.
The relief was that we had been very much in the tradition of circus, that we moved from space to space around town, but it did mean that there was a lot of moving of stuff and there was a lot of moving of people, and we couldn't necessarily settle. So having a settled space, having a forever home is just a remarkable feeling.